Welcome to my 1 Minute to Wow video tutorial. This is Mary Fish with Stampin' Pretty and stampinpretty.com. On my stampinpretty.com blog, I shared this holiday card that uses some new products from the Stampin' Up! Holiday Catalog that will begin on September 5th of 2018. And today I'm going to talk about how simple it is to create that fun stripy ombre look on the die cut. But first I wanted to share with you a couple cool things. I use this Blizzard Thinlits dies. Actually, looks like this. And it's one single die from Stampin' Up! And it creates all kinds of cool snowflakes. And you can see I'm actually even excited about trying to find a purpose for the negative space. This is where all the snowflakes came from. So I think that's a really cool thing. And then I also use the Merry Christmas Thinlits dies. I don't normally store them face up. They normally store this direction. But so that you can see the words and how holiday friendly they are. We've got Merry Holidays, Happy, and then we've got a couple little tag dies. And it coordinates with this Merry Christmas to All stamp set. It's photopolymer, which I love, and many things that coordinate with the dies or different fonts that coordinate together. And that's essentially how I created this Merry, and then I heat embossed the word Christmas and bumped that up. So really simple and really pretty and easy. So I want to share with you, I'm going to use a little piece of grid paper as essentially my scratch paper. And then I have a piece of, I use thick Whisper White when I do these thinner sentiments, if I'm using white, or thick, very vanilla. I think it just gives a little more depth and substance to the die cuts. And then I have Balmy Blue, and I'm going to use Pacific Point in Navy as well. And these are our sponge daubers. These have been washed, and generally this is probably getting close to the time where I'm going to replace it, where it really starts to kind of look beaten up. That's the time you can change it. But I'm simply just creating stripes, okay? Just sort of stripes. There'll always be sort of a little starting point where you first hit, and I'm going to end up doing the die cutting over there. So I'm just doing stripes, and you can always go back and add layers, and you can overlap. Now I'm going to try the Pacific Point, which is kind of my mid color. You can see how that layer is just a neat little stripe, and I want a little bit of definition. Now you don't have to have that much definition because it's going to be so narrowly die cut. I wouldn't even worry about trying to get rid of any little circles from the daubers. You won't be able to see them. And then I have some Night of Navy ink. And this one I like a little more definition. So, oh, moved on me. Okay, let me just look at that. I'm going to grab the die, just kind of look at how that's going to play out. Oops. And it's fine that it has a little bend to it. It's going to be flat. When I use it a ton, sometimes they bend a bit. They work perfect. I'm just going to add just a little more, just want a little more depth over here. And I think we're good to go. All right, so here's my sandwich for the big shot. I have let me turn it so it's facing. I have the Big Shot platform. I have the thin die adapter. And my preference, and you could use just a standard cutting plate. My preference is to use a precision-based plate. I find it cuts a little cleaner. There's less chance of those little ejection holes showing up. It just usually looks smoother, and I just find it cuts just a little bit cleaner. I think it's worth it. It's not essential. but I do think it makes a difference if you want, and you can use it for your thinlits dies. And I'm just going to put an acrylic plate on top and run it through my Big Shot. I know, it's really big, and I've got this sort of zoomed in so you could see the work I was doing, but you know what I'm doing. I've got my Big Shot. I'm going to hold the top and push it on through. And if you really like things to look clean and simple and make life easier, we have a bristle die brush and a little pad that I think makes it just a little bit easier to get things out. Okay, it popped out of there. By the way, is that the cutest? I mean, you really could use this negative space on a card. And then these are the little ejection holes I was talking to you about. And I find when I use the precision base plate that I have fewer of those little bumps. So what the bristles do is they actually go into those ejection holes and loosen it so you don't have to grab a paper piercing tool, which can actually damage things. And if something's still kind of hanging on like that, I would just give it a little more. Okay, so now you can see what we ended up with. This beautiful stripy Mary. That was the foundation of our card. I'll bring the card back in one last time. I think it's gorgeous, and you can do a lot of different things. You don't have to certainly necessarily do an ombre effect. You could layer different colors if you like, but I just really love the look of the blues when you're having sort of a winter or snowflake theme for the holidays. So thank you for joining me for my 1 Minute to Wow video tutorial. It's Mary Fish with Stampin' Pretty. I post to my stampinpretty.com blog every day with paper crafting ideas, as well as the Stampin' Up! Products that I'm sharing with you today. I sell them, and I make sure that the latest promotions and offers are available to you. In addition, be sure to subscribe to my newsletter for my monthly promotions and updates, as well as email me if you would like the latest copy of the Stampin' Up! Holiday Catalog. I'd be more than happy to send you a free copy if you'd like to place your next order with me. Thank you, and bye-bye.